Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and once again it is time for my client Nick's Vlogs. And for those of you new to Nick's Vlogs, Nick's stuff might look a little boring with what we do because he does 8 exercises, just 4 exercises each day on a 4-day upper lower split with just some slow linear progression. And of course we recently changed the rep ranges, and that's the only thing we've changed recently. But for those unfamiliar with his backstory, Nick is in his 40s. He weighed over 400 pounds when he realized he needed to make a change in his life. He took up distance running and started running marathons and lost, at this point, something like 170 pounds. And if you guys notice just in these vlogs, as we've done these for a few months, he's continued to lose weight, right? He is in a weight loss journey. And I think for a lot of people, because he's not an advanced lifter like a few of my people are, he's, not at that level. I think a lot of people can relate to this. And that's something people have noted in the comments a lot, that Nick is really relatable to, a lot of my audience, people who are starting a little later in life on their fitness journey. Not knowing where to go with it, where to look. And then they see someone like him who just does plenty of LISS cardio and trains on a real basic program, who's not trying to become an elite lifter, who's not trying to be this ultra jacked, monster. All right, the stuff that I love and do. But you know what? The thing is, clients like this are very rewarding as a coach. They're rewarding as a coach because this is someone who is making a lifestyle change, is a long-term commitment that is completely changing their life and doing the impossible. Nick has done the impossible. Because in America here, what is it that everyone struggles with all the time? Weight loss, diets, fad diets. I mean, the diet industry is billions of dollars. And everyone fails. Everyone rebounds. This man has lost something like 170 pounds. And he's continuing to just make slow, steady progress. I mean, when you look at the statistics, Nick has pulled off the impossible, and he's done it with just consistency. He's done it with just consistency. That's it. Just deciding in his head, I'm going to die if I don't make these changes. I'm going to die if I don't make these changes. And yes, I know his squats are high here. We're going to talk about that. I'm not going to let him progress on the squats until he starts sinking them deeper. We're going to keep the weight the same, and I'm going to work on range of motion now. But I digress. Back over to the point. That's how he's pulled it off. He has basically just started adding habits. And he's done this long term. And this is what I tell people. Don't try to change a million things at once. Don't go 100% all in. You're going to burn out. Because you're relying on motivation and emotion, and then you're burning out because you don't know what you're doing. We create discipline by our habits. We use motivation to create some habits, change a few habits. For him, he cut some junk food out, started running, took up running. And when you're at the weight he was at, that alone will just shed 50 pounds off of you in no time. Okay. He was running marathons already before he hired me. He was trying to do a little bit of lifting. He had done some lifting a bit when he was younger and never reached big numbers. He tried. He ran some basic strength training. Then he came to me and said, "Look, I know this is what I have to do next. I'm gonna get hurt if I just try to lift on my own. I know that as I'm losing weight, my energy turnover is going down. I've got to build muscle. I've got to build strength." And we have. And he has. And what has that required? Him continuing to do the other stuff he was doing, that he had already established as long-term habits. And when you establish long-term habits, that's how you build discipline, guys. People aren't born with discipline. Everyone sees people who are disciplined with stuff and they think, wow, how did they do that? It's actually really simple. You just create habits. You use the motivation to create habits that are sustainable habits. Those habits turn into discipline. And that discipline is how you make it a lifestyle. And it's not the case of telling people, oh, you're just being lazy, you don't want it bad enough. No, that's not the secret. The secret is making gradual changes, turning them into habits to where they become your new normal. They become your new normal. And if you can do that, then you're going to have the discipline that you need. That'll build the discipline to go the distance. And in his case, again, he's got a coach for the strength training. It keeps him accountable. We build muscle. We build strength. Build muscle. And again, his program is very simple, as you guys saw. On upper day, we do bench press. We do overhead press. We do dumbbell rows. We do dumbbell tricep extensions. Right? It's lower body day. He does back squats. He does deadlifts. So we tell people the basis here, the big three is the basis of your strength training. Don't let anyone tell you, well, you don't have to. No. Tell them to shut up. Shut up. Nobody wants to hear that. The big movements that put a lot of muscle, a lot of strength on you, there's lots of coaching knowledge and biomechanics on them. Use them. It doesn't make sense not to use them. It's just silly. Okay, so he does the big three. And on the lower body days, we also right now have been doing goblet squats. We do the reverse hyper. Okay, this is complete full body development. Is it exciting? Is it flashy? Does it look like my conjugate lifters with the bands, the chains, the specialty bars, the 4 different days every week? No, not exciting. It's not flashy like all of that. Or when I do conjugate and stuff. It's very boring. But you know what? We get consistency. We get consistency, and consistency is everything. Consistency is what Nick lives on. I mean, he runs marathons, okay? That's nothing exciting. It's just consistency. But you know what? This is a man who used to weigh over 400 pounds. And now look at him. And he's still in the process. He is still on his journey. You know, we are not at a destination. Right? He's going to get leaner. He's going to gain more muscle. He's going to gain more strength. He's going to get fitter. It's an ongoing process. It's a lifestyle. And this man has achieved that. You know, even though where he is now, to a lot of people, they're like, well, that's not impressive. But look at where he's been. My God. I am so proud of this client. I'm so proud of this man. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys next time.